Mandatory minimum sentences ensure that those convicted of a particular crime receive at least a minimum predetermined sentence. In the 1986 case Gilbert v. State, the Florida District Court of Appeal considered whether a husband convicted of killing his terminally ill wife out of mercy was subject to the same statutory mandatory minimum sentence for first-degree murder. In 1972, Roswell and Emily Gilbert, husband and wife, decided to move to Spain. It was during their time abroad that Emily developed osteoporosis, a disease that caused her to suffer multiple fractures to her spine. In 1978, the couple moved to Florida, largely due to Emily's health. Later, Emily began having increased lapses in her memory and was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Emily's health conditions often left her in pain, distressed, and confused. In 1985, Roswell, then 75 years old, took Emily to the hospital because she was in excruciating pain. Eventually, Emily was discharged and given medication. The next day, as Emily was lying on the couch in pain, she stated, quote, "Please somebody help me," unquote. At that time, Roswell retrieved his handgun, loaded one bullet into it, walked behind Emily, and shot her in the head. Then, after realizing that Emily wasn't dead, Roswell retrieved a second bullet, loaded it in the gun, returned, and shot Emily in the head again. Following the shooting, Roswell called the condo security office to inform them he had just killed his wife. Subsequently, Roswell was charged in state district court with first-degree murder. At trial, Roswell stated that he killed Emily because he wanted to end her suffering. Ultimately, the jury found Roswell guilty, and he was sentenced to life imprisonment. At the time, Florida had a statutory mandatory minimum sentence of 25 years for first-degree murder, which meant Roswell would be in a jail until he was at least 100 years old. Roswell appealed the sentence to the Florida District Court of Appeal.